Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, perfect. So, good morning, everyone. I presented myself already. I will try to synthesize the Cork Quality Assessment in Tunisia, giving you an overview about our main practical issues. So, this presentation was prepared in collaboration with our colleague from Regie, Mr. Habib Kashouri, my colleague from Innergraph, Mohamed Tahar Haib, and myself. So throughout this presentation, I'm going to talk about the national context and giving you general data about the cork forest in Tunisia, the history of cork harvesting, and I will present also the legal framework and the market structure of cork in Tunisia, finishing with the last part of quality assessment in Tunisia. So Tunisian cork oak forests are a continuation of the Algerian coastal strip and are concentrated mainly in the northwest of the country, particularly in Nibza and Mogodi and Krumeria region. So this forest belongs to the state. All the forestal area in Tunisia is public land, so we don't have like the case of Spain or Portugal, private lands. All the forest lands belong to the state. So 2/3 of this forest, I mean cork oak forests, are considered as pure stands, and the other third part is a mixed stands of Zine oak and maritime pine. Well, Tunisia is the fifth most important, has the fifth most important surface area in the world, which represents almost 5% of the total cork oak forests in the world. Also, Tunisia is the sixth largest producer of cork and has the fourth mondial position in terms of yield. More or less, the average yield in Tunisia is 90 kilograms per hectare. So in Tunisia, the cork is harvested every 12 years on the same subject, just to make sure that we will maintain the crop rotation and to reach the market thicknesses of 30 millimeters. The harvesting procedure is enrolled during summer between June and August, which is a really hot season in Tunisia. So, however, the actual situation of our forests has become alarming due to many and threatenesses. So, since the last the 20th century, there is an important decline in the total surface area. This is due to many factors, especially in relation with the population of cork oak trees. We have a very aging populations, the absence of natural regeneration. We have another important problem in the northwest of the country, which is forest fires and pests and disease. Well, this problem can be explained by the climate change, by the lack of skilled harvesting of cork, and we have other two important problems in relation with the silviculture management of cork oak stands and the lack of a planting and assisted regeneration programs. Well, the cork oak stands are supporting also another important problem, which is the overgrazing in the northwest practiced by the local population. So as you can see here, this is This is the in green. In green, as you can see, in 2000 there is an important reduction of the total surface area of cork oak in Tunisia. So before in years of 20, we have almost like 140,000 hectares, but now we have half of the surface area. So the history of cork harvesting in Tunisia. Well, until the years 50, we are practicing more or less like 9 years rotation period. But during the last years, we start practicing the 12 years rotation period. We can say right now that the Tunisian cork forest started its 30th rotation from the year of 2019, the last year. Here you can see pictures from our forests. These pictures were taken by our colleague Habib Kashouri. So in the first picture, here you can see the stripping procedure. The male cork must be harvested for the first time when the tree's age reaches 30 years. And here, as you can see, the cork oak trees without their barks. And the last picture is regarding the bark's development after the stripping operation. Well, it's the last picture on your right hand represents the cork taken in the forest. This is after the harvesting. This is, as you can see, workers are starting the stripping operation. Well, as I said before, we have three main issues in relation with the labor. We don't have very skilled labor or workers. We're still having an important problem with the cork quality assessment, and the actual situation of cork oak forest is really like very how can I say it? It's very harming, or it's very in degradation. Okay. So this is these pictures. These pictures can illustrate what are the consequences of having unskilled workers. As you can see on this tree, we have like over exploitation, and on the last picture, this tree is suffering from under exploitation. So how can we improve their skills to avoid seeing these kind of things? This is the first problem. So another important, these issues has an important consequences of the total production in Tunisia. As you can see, for example, in Tunisia, we start having like less and less production in cork oak forests to reach almost 50,000 quintals. Now I'm going to move to the legal framework. Actually, before the 18 years, the sale of all production was engaged by mutual agreement to the National Cork Society with a conventional price, following an agreement signed between the Secretary of the State for Agriculture and the National Cork Society. But since the 19 years, cork is sold in Tunisia by the government through public tendering and auctions. So we have in Tunisia like three important firms. So these firms start buying the raw cork from the National Cork Society and proceed to its transformation. So it's forbidden in Tunisia by law to export raw cork. It must be transformed in Tunisia. And since 2000, we don't have any more auctions because there is an agreement between firms to divide the national production among them. And we are talking more about the oligopolistic competition. So the state is the only seller. She's the monopoly, and the state is represented by the first Forest Exploitation Authority. This direction should estimate the price of the cork, taking into account the international prices for similar quality, which is still challenging our engineers, and the depreciation of the dinar. There is a very limited power over price definition. So regarding the market structure, buyers are the cork manufacturers, which are concentrated mainly in the north of the country. So and buyers accept to buy cork with the starting price with the slight negotiation over the offered price by the administration. Okay, now I'm going to move to the quality assessment in Tunisia. So before selling the raw cork, the Forest Exploitation Authority needs to assess its quality only for reproduction cork and estimating the selling prices. So the classification of cork is elaborated according to its final use. The main use of cork in Tunisia is as stoppers for wine bottles, which has a very important demand at the international market. To prepare also washers and discs from the thin cork, and also the last use of cork in Tunisia is like a natural cork industry. This activity is a very important activity for national economy in Tunisia, and is generating an important economic values for the administration and the Ministry of Agriculture. Well, as you can see here in this picture, this was the first training about quality assessment in Tunisia. It was organized during 2016 in Tabarka, in the northwest of the country, and the target group is mainly technicians and engineers. And the trainer was Epicor experts. So we were planning to prepare like training in Tunisia as well as, but we have the chance to prepare it online. So to assess the quality of cork in Tunisia, we have mainly three main steps. The first step, it's in the office, like office work. Second step, field work, and after that, synthesis of collected data. To start with the first step, the engineer in the administration should consult the existing data and the documents of the Forest Exploitation Authority. Just to he has to check the sampling tables and stored cork at each park. He has to check the number of reproduction cork piles, the size of each pile, available quantity, the location of the park, etc. Just to like an inventory of the national situation of different parks. After that, after the sampling, so at the level of each cork park and for each stack of reproduction cork, a minimum of 60 samples are taken, and 2,050 samples of cork planks are selected. Samples are selected randomly from the length and either sides of the stack at equal intervals and from the inside of the stack. After that, the quality of reproduction cork is determined according to the thicknesses caliber of it means the caliber of the boards, and the classes which are a function of intrinsic factors. I mean, porosity, density, condition of the belly or the interior side, etc. And the engineer is supposed to evaluate if this part has anomalies or defects following the international standards. So the first step, the Cork classification into 4 groups. We have thin, regular, thick, and over-thick cork. And after that, the second step is to classify the cork into 6 classes from 1 to 7 according to its quality, knowing that the category 7 is considered as cork waste. This is the quality assessment of selected samples on the field. As you can see that our engineers, I can see here Habib Kashouri and our colleagues from Tabarka also are determining the thicknesses by measuring the dimension of board in the radial direction. So they measure in lines using an instrument called the line foot, and each line is equal to 2 millimeters. So when they can define the thicknesses of each by counting the lines. So more than 19 lines on thick, regular, and thin. Right. Okay. So also they classify the cork according to appearance. Here we can see these 7 categories. And the third step is about restitution and synthesis of data. The engineer is supposed to calculate the average percentage in thicknesses, percentage of thin, regular, thick, and over thick, all parts, the percentage of each category for each thicknesses, and the average amount of reproduction cork by thicknesses and category. And that is it. If Mohammed or Habib Kashouri has want to add something else, please feel free to add whatever you want. Yes.
Thank you, Ibtissem.
You're welcome.
So I don't know if anyone has any question for Ibtissem just right now. From Spain, Portugal. Oh, I just find it interesting because the methodology, it's how you evaluate the quality is really very similar to Portugal and I guess Spain too. But I can find some differences in the names of the classes, in the size of the classes. So we can have some work in the future to trying to make it all much more similar among countries in the Mediterranean region, trying to set the same classes and the same names.
Yeah, actually, Conchesa, I forget to mention that we start elaborating together this guideline about Cork Quality Assessment in the Mediterranean area. So I would like to announce to all Tunisian participants that in Incredible and in Cork INET, we are elaborating together this guideline, and it will be distributed to DGF, REGI, and all interested people in Cork Quality Assessment. It will be elaborated in French and English, and we will try even to prepare it in Arabic also. So if even we will skip like a lot of details in this training, but for sure in the guideline we will make sure to consider all details. Yeah, that is it.
Thank you.